North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and U.S. President Donald Trump will be meeting for dinner in just a few hours, their first meeting in 8 months. But today they have their own separate schedules during the day. For the latest on that, we connect now to our reporter Lee Ji-won, who's on the scene in Hanoi. So, Ji-won, we hear President Trump has been meeting with Vietnam's leaders.
Yes, Jangho, President Donald Trump started his official schedule in Hanoi by meeting with the Vietnamese president and prime minister this morning. And currently, he's expected to be having his working lunch with the prime minister, joined by Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, National Security Advisor John Bolton, and others. Now, I'm sure you guys are more curious about the latter half of the president's schedule. Starting at 6:30 p.m. local time, President Trump will be meeting with Kim Jong-un for the second time and for the first time at this Hanoi summit. The two will hold a one-on-one sit-down first, like they did back at the Singapore summit, before starting their official talks. This will then be followed by a social dinner, which will include 2 officials from each side. From the U.S., that's Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and Mick Mulvaney, acting White House Chief of Staff. And while we do not yet know who will be joining from North Korea, one of the participants is highly likely to be Kim Jong-un, who's been negotiating with Pompeo for the past year. Now, all this will take place at the Sofitel Legend Metropole, which will also be the official summit venue for tomorrow.
Ji-won, what about Kim Jong-un? We hear the North Korean leader hasn't left his hotel yet.
Yes, Jangho, you're right. He hasn't left his hotel yet, but there are signs that he could continue visiting his people in Hanoi. Now, there have been reports this morning that the North Korean leader could visit the Vietnam-North Korea Friendship Kindergarten. The kindergarten was established in 1978, and it has around 450 students. And in anticipation of Kim's visit, children there have been practicing various performances. In the meantime, Kim's delegates, mainly related to economy, are reportedly outside visiting places that have been mentioned as possible destinations for Kim. They are said to have gone to Vietnam's famous tourist spot, Ha Long Bay. This again shows how Kim Jong-un wishes to develop North Korea's tourism industry. Now, the delegates are also expected to go to the industrial park in Haiphong and drop by VinFast, Vietnam's first automobile brand. Now, Ha Long Bay is where Kim's late grandfather and the first leader of North Korea, Kim Il-sung, went back in 1964. So considering how Kim Jong-un is said to want to be like his grandfather, there is a possibility that Kim could go there too, and the other places as well during his friendly visit that will take place on March 1st and 2nd after a summit with President Donald Trump. Back to you, Jangho.